Hello and welcome to Saurabh's classes. We move to question number 24, which talks about a refrigerator being bought for 42,000 rupees, and there's a down payment of 12,000 rupees made, which means 12,000 is paid in cash, and the remaining amount, which is 30,000 rupees, is paid in 4 equal installments every 6 months, where the rate of interest is given as 10%. Now, how does this work? Now, we have to understand how installment works. Now, if I buy a good for, let's say, 100, and I decide to pay it in 2 equal installments, X and X, after 1 year and 2 years, and let the interest rate be I%, which means that I will divide this amount into 2 amounts, A and 100 minus A, such that this A amount will add up to X after 1 year at I% interest, and this 100 minus A amount will add up to X after 2 years at I% interest. So which means that A into 1 plus I by 100 is equal to X, and 100 minus A into 1 plus I by 100 for 2 years compounded means square is equal to X. So this means that A is X by 1 plus I by 100, and 100 minus A is equal to X by 1 plus I by 100 whole square. So therefore, if I add up these two, A and 100 minus A, I get 100 is equal to X by 1 plus I by 100 plus X by 1 plus I by 100 whole square, where I'm paying this in 2 equal installments. And it means that this amount converts to an amount which is in its present value, which is today's value, which is being discounted at I%, and this also adds up to that to give me a total of 100. And the concept is the reverse one, as I showed, that if I divide 100 into 2 parts, such that one part will compound to X at the end of 1 year and the other part will compound to X at the end of 2 years, then this is how the numbers add up. So this is the concept of installment, and we will now solve this problem using this concept. So let me just clear the board a little bit to be able to explain. So here we are given that Monica will be paying 30,000 rupees in 4 installments, one after 6 months, one after 12 months, one after 18 months, and one after 24 months. And the interest rate is given as 10% per annum, which means roughly 5% every 6 months. So at the end of 6 months, she pays X. At the end of 12 months, she pays X. At the end of 18 months, she pays X. And at the end of 24 months, she pays X. Which means if I take the discounted value of all these in today's terms, so X by 1.05 plus X by 1.05 whole square plus X by 1.05 whole cube plus X by 1.05 whole to the power 4 will all add up to 30,000. So now I can simplify this 30,000. I can take X by 1.05 common, and I can get a GP series 1 plus 1 by 1.05 plus 1 by 1.05 square plus 1 by 1.05 to the power 3. So I have 4 terms and I have a GP series, so I can easily get the sum of that 1 by 1.05, and the sum would be, first term is 1, so that remains, and 1 minus 1 by 1.05 whole to the power 4 by 1 minus 1 by 1.05. So this is the value of the sum, and I will first simplify the denominator. So I get x by 1.05 into, I keep the numerator as is for the time being. I'll come back to this 1.05 whole to the power 4, and the denominator becomes 1.05 minus 1, so 0.05 over 1.05, and these two cancel out, and I have x into 1 minus 1.05 to the power 4 divided by 0.05. So this is equal to x into 1 by 0.05 into 1 minus 1 by 1.05 whole to the power 4, and 1 by 0.05 is 20, so this becomes 20x into 1 minus 1 by 1.05 to the power 4. Now we know that 1.05 can be written as 1 plus 0.05, and this whole to the power 4, if I expand it binomially, will give me 1 plus 4 into 0.05 plus 4c2 into 0.05 whole square plus 4c3 into 0.05 whole cube plus 4c4 into 0.05 whole to the power 4. Now observe that each of the terms is decreasing in exponential order. So 0.05 would mean 0.0025, this would be even smaller, this would be even smaller. So therefore this can be written roughly as 1 plus 4 into 0.05, and the rest of the terms can be roughly taken as 0.01, because all these would be smaller than that. So roughly this becomes this, so this roughly becomes 1.21. So hence this would become 30,000 is equal to 20x into 1 minus 1 by 1.21 roughly. So this would cancel with 30,000 to give 1500, and then I get this as x into 1.21 minus 1 would be 0.21 by 1.21, and then 1500 goes with 500, and 0.21 gives me 0.07. So I can now calculate the value of x from here. So x will be equal to 500 into 121 by 7, which is equal to 50600 by 7, which is equal to 8 6 4 and 2. So 8642 is the amount that would be paid in each of the installments by Monica, and let's see which is the closest option here. So the closest option we can see is 8620, which is the correct answer. We move to question number 15. This one says that a group of women had to do a piece of work in 7 days time, and they had a problem that every day 11 women were dropping out, and from the second day onwards, and hence they finished the work on the 12th day instead of the 7th day. And we are asked to find how many women started the work. Now, very simple question. So let's assume that X women started the work. X women started the work, and each woman can do 1 unit of work per day. So X women can do X units of work every day, and they would have finished the work in 7 days. So 7x is the total amount of work to be done. Now what is happening is, on the first day X women work, so X amount of work gets done. On the second day X minus 11 women work, so this amount of work gets done. On the third day X minus 22 women work, so this amount of work gets done. And this goes on till the 12th day, where we have the 12th term, and as you can observe, this is an decreasing AP series where we have 12 terms, and the 12th term would be X minus 11 into the common difference, which is 11, X minus 11 into 11. So we have the equation. So this is the total amount of work done. So on the first day X amount of work, on the second day X minus 11, on the third day X minus 22, all the way up to the 12th day where X minus 121 amount of work gets done, and the total work is equal to the total work that we calculated, which would have been completed by X women in 7 days. So 7x is the total amount of work, and this equates to the work done in this order. So therefore we get this equation from where we can write 7x is equal to, we know that there are 12 terms because there are 12 days of works, 12 terms. So x will appear 12 times. So this is equal to 12x minus 11 plus 22 plus all the way up to 121. So you can see this is 11 into 1, 11 into 2, and this is 11 into 11. So there are 11 terms in this series. This is also an AP series, as you can see. First term being 11, and the last term is 121, and there are 11 terms. So the sum of this series would be 11 terms. So 11 by 2 into the 2 times the first term is 2 into 11 plus a number of terms minus 1, which is 11 minus 1 is 10, into common difference is 11. So this is the sum of these terms, and this 12x minus this is equal to 7x. So we can get from this 5x is equal to 11 by 2, and 22 plus 110 is 132. So straight away we can get 66, and therefore x is equal to 66 into 11 is 726 over 5, which is equal to 145.2. But the number of women cannot be a fraction, so we take the nearest integer, which is 145, and we see that option 3 says 145, which is the correct option. We move to the next question, which is question number 16. In this, we are given a circle and a tangent and a couple of angles, and we have to find out one particular angle. Now, let's see what's given. So we are told that AB is the tangent, and BCE is the line which cuts the circle in the 2 points C and E. Now, we've been told also that angle BSC is to ACB is 2:5. So this angle is 2, so we can assume this to be 2x and this angle to be 5x. So then we see that angle ACD is 180 minus 5x, and it is given that ESC is 60 degree. So angle angle AEC would be 180 minus 60 minus 180 minus 5x. So that means it would be 5x minus 60. 5x minus 60. So this is the value of angle AEC. Now we know that the angle subtended by this chord AC with the tangent, which is 2x, should be equal to the angle subtended by the same chord inside the circle, which is 5x minus 60. Now these two, 2x should be equal to 5x minus 60. Now you may ask me why. So let me explain why this is so. So we draw a circle, and we draw a tangent here, draw a tangent, and then we draw any line which meets the circle in 2 points and meets the tangent as well. So we have a chord here which connects these 2 points. So now observe that if this is the center of the circle O, and I join these 2 points, and let me name them as per the names given. So this is AC, chord AC, and this is the center of the circle, and let this point be B as given. So angle CAB is, let's say, X. So we know that the radius at the point of the tangent touching the circle is at 90 degree to the tangent. So angle OAB is 90 and angle CAB is X. So angle OAC is 90 minus X. So this is very clear, and OA and OC are both radii of the circle, so they are equal. So therefore the corresponding opposite angles will be equal. So angle OCA is also 90 minus X, and therefore angle AOC is nothing but 2x. So that the sum of the angles in the triangle AOC adds up to 180 degree. And if this is 2x, then we know that the angle subtended by the chord AC on the same side of the circle will be half that of the angle that it subtends at the center. So angle AEC will be half of 2x, which is x. So therefore the angle here, which is angle CAB given as 2x, should be equal to angle AEC or AED, which we have calculated as 5x minus 60. So therefore 2x is equal to 5x minus 60, and hence x is equal to 60 by 3 or 20 degree. And now we can calculate the value of angle ABC, which is this one. So this is given as 2x. Let's forget all this now. So this is 2x and this is given as 5x. So angle ABC would be 180 minus 7x, and we have found the value of x to be 20. So 7x is 140. So 180 minus 7x is 180 minus 140, which is 40 degree. And the first option is the right option.